All right, we're off to an amazing start. So it's been a great day. We had the morning call with Brittany, and now you're going to hear from two incredible leaders on our team. We've got Seay and then her coach, Becky. But I want to tell you a little bit about Seay because she's one of my personally sponsored coaches and somebody who I've known even longer than my journey with Beachbody. She was one of the very few people I knew before Beachbody that entered my team. And the cool thing about our relationship is that Seay started as the top person on my top 10 dream team. Like if I was going to make my dream team when I first signed up as a coach, she was number one. But it took me a long time to approach her, and it took her a long time to be interested because she was kind of overqualified in general, the world standards. She was a pharmaceutical sales rep. She made great money. And who am I? I'm just some slummy Beachbody coach. And I thought, she would never be interested in this. But the truth is, she was missing the one thing that most of us want in our life, and that's freedom. It was the freedom to be present with her family and her new husband. And so eventually, about a year later, she joined my team, and today has been a coach for just over 3 years. And in those 3 years, she spent 37 months in Success Club. She is an 11-star diamond coach. She was a summit speaker this past year. She's a mid-six-figure earner, and she has duplicated herself throughout her downline, Becky being one of those people. And I'm super honored for you guys to hear her because not only is this girl legit, obviously she's got the credentials to match, but she's a phenomenal teacher. We always talk about teachers versus preachers. I'm more of like a preacher style. This girl is a teacher, and she's great at breaking things down. So I will get out of the way and let her do her work and her magic. So Seay, if you'll jump on the call, I will jump off and you guys can get going.
Okay. All right. I think we are live. And you know what? Lindsay actually mentioned something that I was going to, and I'm glad she brought it up because I was laughing about this earlier. And that is, we're talking about belief and behaviors tonight, and we have Becky and I who are both teachers. We both have the teacher communication style. So how ironic is that we're going to talk about belief, which is definitely one of the things that preachers rock at. So that's, we're up for the challenge. So I'm definitely be working on my preacher side. All right, so with that, thank you very much, Lindsay. I tell you, the last 3 years have been such a blessing in my life and my family's life, and just has created so much freedom. I was having a conversation with some of the coaches earlier, and because this business is designed the way it is, that we can do it at home and from our computer. Home can be anywhere. And, we're going to move to England for 3 months and carry on working my business with my U.S. coaches, obviously. So what other business gives you that kind of freedom? So it truly has been such a blessing to our family for Neil to be able to go home and spend 3 months there and just have that flexibility. So with that being said, I want to just go over some of the topics, and I think I bit off a little more than I can chew. I was really excited to talk about some things, and when I started doing the presentation today, I was like, wow, okay, I'm going to do my best to get all this in 30 to 40 minutes, but I kept the importance of you guys reaching diamond rank for last. So if it gets to about 30 minutes and you're done, you can peace out and miss that part, but I'm going to do my best to keep it under 30 to 40 minutes. So, but the call tonight is how to believe in yourself when the world around you doesn't. And it's dealing with negativity from your family, your coworkers, and your community. You guys are going to hear from Becky Hilty, who is a 3-star diamond coach. She's actually had 4 personally sponsored, and one of her coaches is 1-star diamond. We're going to talk about believing in yourself and taking those first few steps as a new coach on social media to creatively post. We're going to talk about the importance of engaging in your coaching community through challenge groups and coach basics. And lastly, the importance and why you want to go diamond for your business. So, okay. I can't play video on Instant Presenter, and if I can, I haven't figured it out. So I brought a slide, but I'm going to play a video so you'll get to hear it. But all of you have seen this movie. And to me, it's like the most powerful movie about belief possible, especially because it's a true story. So I'm going to play the thing from YouTube, and you guys are just going to have to listen to it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know. You know, he'll probably be about as good as I was.
Can you hear it?
That's kind of the way it works, you know, and I was below average. You know, so, whoa. So you'll probably ultimately rank somewhere around there, you know, so really, you'll excel at a lot of things, just not this. I don't want you out here shooting this ball around all day and night, all right?
All right.
Okay? All right, go ahead.
This is where he's packing up his ball. Putting it in the bag.
Hey,
We took this.
don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something. Not even me. All right?
All right.
You got a dream, you got to protect it. People can't do something themselves. They want to tell you you can't do it. You want something, go get it. Period.
And so that's where he picks up his little bone density machine and off they go. Great movie. And actually, it tears me up every time. I watched it a few times today, and it always delivers. And it's such a powerful message because we're not always going to have people that believe in us. You guys may have sponsors that don't believe in you. You may not have family, your own spouse, people you look to for that to build you up and make you believe in something that is as crazy as Beachbody sounds with no guarantee or anything. Sometimes, you know, you don't get the support that you're looking for. But this call tonight, isn't just for the Lindsay Matways or the Melanie Mitros that are at the top of the business, or the Scottie Hobbs or Lindsay Stays or Brittany Legette's. This call isn't for new coaches. It's for everybody. And the reason why I want you guys to know this is for everybody is because I watched an interview one time with Oprah, and something that she said really resonated with me, and I'm going to share it with you right now. One of the things she said that had to do with belief, and she says, you know, I've done interviews on television for over 33 years, and I've interviewed presidents, I've interviewed Beyonce, I've interviewed people that are in prison for horrible, horrible crimes, first ladies, like people from all walks of life. And she says, without a doubt, after every single interview, regardless of what the person has accomplished or what they've done, she says, even Beyonce got on stage and shook. And when the cameras went down and the lights are out, everybody comes over to Oprah and says this exact same thing. And it's this: did I do okay? Let me take a breath. That gave me so much validation that it doesn't matter where you are or what you've accomplished. Everybody wants to know that what they're doing matters and that we're not alone in our journey and our quest to do better. So whether you're a new coach, you're a top coach, and everywhere in between, know that every single person wants to know that they did okay. And they want that validation and they want that belief. We all do. So don't feel defeated if you're new and you feel like you don't have belief in yourself, because we all go through those periods, even Beyonce, right? So the need for approval is totally normal. So I'm going to give you, in a true teacher style, some examples and some tips from two very successful people and how they built their business from literally nothing. And what's fascinating to me is that we don't have to build this business from nothing, right? We have systems in place. We have products in place. We have a reputation in place. We have brands in place. We have a concept that's in place. These two individuals had a vision of nothing and had to create something out of their small vision with no doubt at all, right? So the first one is Mark Zuckerberg. founder of Facebook, right? His 3 tips are this. And what's interesting is now he actually earns more money than the co-founders of Google, right? He dropped out of college because he had a belief so strong. And here's his 3 tips. And I've got to tell you, these 3 tips resonate so much to me with Lindsay Matway, because she, like him, didn't have a plan. She didn't have a sponsor. She had a belief, but she didn't have anybody around her that worked for Beachbody. I came into the business, I knew her. So at least, hey, I feel validated because she's doing it, right? She didn't even have that. So here's Mark's 3 tips. Number 1, have courage and believe in yourself. At least online, right? Put the show out there. Put your best foot forward. I thought she was like a top-ranked coach 3 months into the business. Fake it. Fake it if you have to. Believe. Act as if you are a winner, as if you know what you're doing, as if you have the answers. And if you don't, you can always come back later and give them the answers once you've looked them up. But have the courage and believe in yourself. Believe in the bigger vision that you're doing. His second big tip, be willing to be a risk taker, right? You're going to have to put yourself out there. You're going to have to expose yourself. You're going to make crappy posts. You're going to make great posts, but you've got to be able to put that risk out there and know that you're going to get judged and be at peace with your bigger mission. Promise yourself to stick with this process and stay focused. That's his third tip. He had a vision for Facebook. And so many naysayers tried to tear it down, but he stayed focused with his vision and tuned out the negativity. The compound effect with your positive actions of your posts will make your business successful over time. Looking at Melly Mitro's blog, right? The compound effect of her constant efforts has paid off. So stay focused to your mission. The second person I want to share with you guys is Sarah Blakely. So she's the one that invented Spanx, right? Who needs pantyhose with the legs cut out, right? Who would have ever thought? A lot of people laughed at her, right? She's the youngest self-made female billionaire. Her 3 tips. Number 1, surround yourself with people like you and that you trust. And that may even be family. If they don't believe in you, you've got to only surround yourself with people that believe in you. Number 2, don't take no for an answer. Listen to Brittany's call today. Her national call covers this. It was brilliant. She couldn't have said it any better. No doesn't mean no forever. It just means no right now, and you can't take it personal. The third tip, try and figure things out on your own. There is a lot of power in that. Yeah, you can ask your sponsor, you can just ask somebody, but when you go and find the answers for yourself, that's empowering. That is going to build your confidence. So you don't need to message your coach and say, hey, is this okay? Was that post okay? Was this conversation okay? What's the answer to this? Go find it. When I started this business, I didn't know everything about Shakeology, but I went and found it. When Lindsay started, she didn't know everything about this business, but she went and found it. So I empower you guys because it's going to create a stronger belief system the more you go find things on your own. Be at the front of the ship, leading it towards your own business journey. So with those 2 examples, I want you guys to hear from Becky Hilty. Becky Hilty started this business a year ago this month. She started as a discount coach, right? So don't ever discount the discount coaches. Becky started as a discount coach. And like I said, she has 4 personally sponsored diamonds of her own. She's officially 3-star diamond. One of her diamonds is a 1-star diamond. Becky is a wife to a firefighter, and she is a mom of 3. She's a high school teacher. And this is what I love about her resilience. She comes from a town of less than 1,000 people. When I go visit Becky, we drive and we see cows and all sorts of stuff. She comes from a really small town. And there's the average income in the town she comes from is $30,000 as a combined income. I'm going to tell you, this girl rarely gets priced as an objection. And when she does, she doesn't take it personal. But Becky, when I think of belief, I think of her and how much she's had to stay focused with this business. So I'm really excited to share with you guys Becky Hilty and have you hear her story. So Becky, I'm going to hit stop broadcasting and you can take it away.
Hey guys, can you guys hear me? Okay, so bear with me, I'm nervous. I don't know, I told my kids today, I said, I don't know why I'm nervous for this call, because I talk to them about anything. I have 50 kids in a class, so, I never get nervous talking to them, but Shay's right, I come from a really small town. Actually, the town we live in is bigger than the town I come from. Cedar Key is where I was born, and there isn't even a stoplight in Cedar Key, so talk about really, really small. But when I first joined in August of last year, we were in a financial bind, but I knew that, I loved Shakeology, and if I was going to get a discount, we were saving every dime we could. We had tons of medical bills. We just had, it seemed like everything, if it could go wrong, it was going wrong. Our youngest was in and out of the hospital. So, and my husband's gone a lot with being a firefighter and then taking overtime shifts, and then he was working 2 extra jobs. So, when people say, it's not the time, well, I don't per se think there's ever a right time. You just make it work. So I signed up, and then I met Shay, and she kind of put this vision in my head, and I was already doing all the things that a coach did. I was already working out with my kids at school. I was already sharing the products. I was already helping people. So she kind of started this idea in my head rolling, and I really felt like I could do it. I felt like I don't know, I was drawn to it. I can't explain it. It's just like when you get that vision and you make up your mind to do something, that's the type of person I am. I make up my mind to do something, and I very rarely let something stop me. So I signed up and didn't really have a lot of family support. My husband actually was not very supportive. He was more concerned about the money, and I didn't have his support at first. So, it put added stress on our marriage. And then, when my family found out, it was, you went to school to be a teacher. I got scholarships. We didn't have any money when I was growing up. No, my mom and dad didn't pay my way. They didn't pay for a car. They didn't pay for anything. They couldn't. My mom raised all 4 of us by herself. So, I earned all of this. I went to school to be a teacher, and here now I'm telling my family that I have this vision that this is what I want to do full time. So it made it really hard. I felt like everywhere I turned, I got beat down. Shakeology became, just a part of our daily life, my kids' life. So we would go to family functions, or I remember vacation and taking my Shakeology with me, and it was just like I'm crazy. So again, it was dinners and family things, and I'm eating certain things, and that's not really different than how I've ever been, but it seemed like signing up as a coach just magnified that. So I sat my mom down, and I sat my father-in-law down, and my husband, and I begged them for their support. I told them I wasn't going to give up, but I had to have with everything going on, I had to have their support. So thankfully they jumped on board. Now that didn't stop my other family from beating me down, but I focused on the positives. My mom losing 70 pounds, my father-in-law losing 45 pounds and coming off medication. So I used those positives to fuel me through a lot of family drama. School, on the other hand, was a different story. Now you have this teacher walking through the halls, and she's got her Shakeology cup, and it's like, eyes on Becky. She's gone crazy. She thinks she's going to be this full-time coach. She's throwing away her career. And all I can think is I remember walking down the hall and feeling like everybody, like all eyes were on me. And the minute, you turn around, they're thinking, she is crazy. Shakeology has made her lose her mind. So that's how it felt at school this past year. And I did have some support, and there was, teachers that I helped, but there was a lot that looked down on me. And, even now it's hard sometimes, but the one thing I can say is this year they were shocked that I came back, and it felt good to be wanted. And the same teachers that used to turn around and talk now email me for my help. We've been back to school for 2 weeks, and they are, I don't know how many people have emailed me and said, do you have time to talk to me? So that, that was amazing to me. And even, being in the store and getting a text from a teacher that I've mentioned it to for 6 months, and she finally says, I'm ready. So it's those things that I went through this past year. And I can tell you the 5 things that I learned I had to do every day. I'm going to give you the 5 things that I do, and hopefully they'll help some of you that are struggling with some of the same things I was and still am. But one of the things I do every day is positive affirmations. It all starts with our mindset. If we get up with a negative attitude, if we go about our day, if we go to work in a bad mood, you're going to have a bad day. Things aren't going to go right because your mindset is not right. So one of the things I started doing was because as a teacher, and I'm just being completely honest, there are days you wake up and you're like, give me the strength. I've got to go teach, 50 kids in a PE class. So, or I'm actually split half the day, so I'm special ed and PE. So with that being said, I had to learn to get up and before anything, make sure that my attitude was right, because my attitude was going to carry over into everything that I do. My kids' life, my husband's life, my students at school. So that's the first thing I do in the morning. The second thing that to me was huge was my focus. I had to change my focus. I had to stop listening to my friends and my family. They were beating me down. They were, deleting me here, sending me a bad email there, telling me I'm crazy for this. So I had to change that focus. I was either going to focus on those negative people, or I was going to focus on the positive people. I was going to focus on the people that I was helping, that I was getting, messages from saying thank you. So what I started doing was I started taking screenshots. Every thank you, every message, every success, I have a screenshot on my phone, and I keep it here because that's what I have on me all the time. And when something goes wrong, or when somebody's negative, or when somebody beats me down, I can take a deep breath and I look at that and I know, okay, it's okay. They're not ready, and they're lashing out because that's the only way they know how to deal with it. And I think of my runners at school and my girls that are eating healthy and they're not skipping meals, and, they're not emaciated anymore, and they come to school and they have energy. And, I look at them every day, and that gives me, and they have my heart, knowing that they're healthy and that they're happy and that they believe in themselves and their self-esteem is up. So anyways, I had to change my focus. So that's number 2. Focus on the people that are going to lift you higher and that are being successful. Don't focus on the people that are negative, that are dragging you down. Number 3 was mental strength. And I think that I always thought I was pretty mentally strong. Being an athlete, I could always pick myself up and go after it the next day. There's been a lot of personal struggles I've been through, and I've always found the strength to get back up. But with this, getting beat down every day by family, by coworkers, I actually cut my workout time in the morning. I would get up at 4:30 in the morning, and I would normally get my run in while the kids were still sleeping. but I changed it to where I was doing my personal development. I started doing it for an hour to an hour and a half a day, because that's the only way I knew how to combat what I was dealing with. If I wasn't growing stronger as a person, if I wasn't building myself up mentally, then I wasn't going to make it. So for those of you that don't do personal development, I will, and this is just my opinion, you will crash and burn. I cannot tell you how important it is. You may be doing fine right now, but at some point, it's going to go downhill. I think it's a must. It's a non-negotiable, personal development. And the fourth thing is vision. I was in Shay's Coach Basic group back in October, and she had me make this vision board. And, we actually had a personal conversation about it, because as much as I have visions, I'm very realistic. So to me, yes, I wanted it to be a vision, but it needed to be very realistic for right now. So I did that, and I started with little things, and slowly through this year, my vision has grown and my boards have changed. And I think that everybody has a different vision. You have to find your vision and you latch on to that. And it may change as you go through this process. I know mine did, mine has changed completely. So know what your vision is, find it, latch onto it, let it grow as you grow. It will grow. If you're growing, your vision will grow. So that's number 4. And then number 5, I'll hit again, is it's about focus, but this is more of a stay focused. I relate this to running or to pregame. As a runner, as an athlete, you get this focus before a game, and I've made that focus a part of my life. I have to stay focused. I have to stay driven, and I can't let anything pull me. I can't be pulled every other way. I've got to maintain my focus, because if I don't maintain my focus, I will fall. And I'm not saying anything's wrong with that. You'll get back up. But if you can stay focused, if you can keep that focus, you will win this game. And that's one of the things, and I relate it to a race. If I stay focused during a race, I'm going to win that race, or I'm going to try my damnedest to. So keep your focus. Don't let the outside world throw you off. And those would be the 5 things that I think have gotten me through some really rough times, and 5 things that I continue to do every day. I hope they help someone that's struggling some of the same things I was struggling with and struggle with. Shay, you want me to stop broadcasting?
How about that, huh? So in the spirit of what Oprah Winfrey witnessed every single day of her life, why don't we all give Becky a hey, you did way okay. That was fantastic. Is she just not awesome? She's so relatable and down to earth and freaking rock solid. You did awesome, Becky. Thank you so, so much. So I am going to give you guys 6 tips that I have about belief and building your business. And again, this is whether you're a new coach or a rock star coach, because it's all basically the same kind of stuff. So my first tip is lead with your strengths and your passion, because what is natural to you, you're going to feel most confident about. So leading with your strengths and your passion. So my story on this is when I started Beachbody, I kind of felt like an oddball, because I did come from this corporate world and I really loved Shakeology. I was one of the few people that got into this business because I loved nutrition. I had a passion for changing lives from the inside out and, helping IBS and, all these medical things. And I kind of felt like, like the tree hugger of the group and the old lady of the group. And, for the first year in this business, I didn't really feel like I fit in. I had people tell me, people don't, you don't need to know the ingredients in Shakeology. Nobody cares about it and this and that. And I'm like, it kind of hurt because, damn, that was what I was passionate about. That's what I cared about. That's what brought me to this business. And so I tried to, I was told, you're not going to be relatable. And I tried to do what other people were doing, and it didn't feel authentic to me. It didn't feel right. And I kind of felt all over the place because I wasn't being true to me. And it wasn't until I decided, you know what, damn it, this is what I believe in. And I'm just going to go with it and believe that I will attract the kind of people that feel the same way I do. And that is when my business took off. When I stopped going to the beat of other people's drums and I followed my own vision. And I look at my team now and I look at where I am in this business, and I'm a thought leader within the company. I do panels with corporate on developing and marketing Shakeology. I have a whole team of coaches that are duplicating their business with the same vision and passion for nutrition that I have. So had I not spoken my message, if you don't speak your own belief and your own strength and your own message, you're missing out on a ton of people that are waiting for someone just like you. So it is imperative that you speak and lead from your strengths and your passion. Don't try and become someone else's passion. Embrace and believe in your own. My second tip is ask yourself, what can you do that others can't? Or what are you most passionate about that other people aren't? You might be completely passionate about the business opportunity, while other people are passionate about fitness. Some coaches may be just passionate about socially uniting people. Whatever that is for you, speak your truth, and you will attract people that want to be a part of your vision. So ask what you can do. For me, it was like, I can speak nutrition, and so I spoke it in the way that I wanted to present myself on social media. My third tip is be creative. Now, this has a lot to do with you new coaches that are taking those first steps and believing in yourself to put yourself out there for the first time on social media. Show the side to you that's unique. Even if you want to feel authentic. And if you copy someone else's post or share someone else's post, it's not going to be true to you. It's not going to even sound like you. It's not going to sound authentic, and that's going to diminish your belief in yourself. You have to have and believe in your own voice. I always say, be the voice, don't be the echo. So even if you have something, I think of Miguel does a great job with this. He'll post something really motivational. It'll be a quote he found that just is awesome for that day, right? He will post that, and then he'll put his own spin on it, his own personal thoughts on it, and that is what makes you unique. That's going to make you stand out. So show that creative side to you. Don't be afraid to hold it back. Just put it out there. My fourth tip is visualization, and this is something that Becky had shared as well. But you will become what you believe. If you believe that you're not going to do well, you're going to attract it. If you believe this business is hard, it's going to be hard. And this is something Sarah Stakely and I talk about. But when people tell me, oh my God, you work so hard, I don't. This is a labor of love. And I tell you what, I work diligent. And I actually correct them. I do work diligently, but hard to me is being stuck in a corporate job telling me how many days off I have every year and how much money I'm going to get paid and when I can see my family and if I can go see my kids' recital. That's hard. This is diligent. Visualize your outcome. If you look at this post here, right, you're going to have your goals and you're going to have all these people in your way. Know that you have to stay focused, and you may not hit your goals. I had a really big goal I wanted to hit all year this year, and that was to be 15-star diamond qualifying on August 20th. I've had it on my desk all year long. You know what? I didn't make it, and it stung. It hurt, and you have to pick yourself back up and set another goal and keep going and dodge all these people in the way that are going to stand in the way of your goal, because they're going to be there. You have to expect them to be there. So that is my next point, is really ask yourself, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? You're going to get criticism. You're going to get judged. Who cares? You have to start believing in yourself. Hope for the best, but prepare for the criticism. And by that, you can do personal development and you can speak up for yourself. So I had a coach the other day tell me how her brother like constantly berates her every time they go to a family function. And I said, you know what? Look at him next time and say, you know what? I love what I'm doing and I really love you, but I'm doing this regardless and I would really appreciate your support. Sometimes you guys just have to ask for what you want. And if someone's going to look back at you and not support you, you don't want them in your life. You really don't. And so if it's someone like family, you just need to remove yourself as much as possible. The next point is the law of attraction. And by you believing in yourself and speaking your truth, you are going to attract people like you. If someone judges you for your post, is that really the kind of teammate, much less person, you want in your life anyway? You just bless and release them and celebrate you. Stay true to yourself and dance your own dance. Embrace your brand, whether it's Shakeology, fitness, the business, whatever it is, embrace it. And trust that you will attract exactly as you're supposed to. The rest don't even matter. So, I'm probably dating myself with this slide here, right? I don't know how many Seinfeld fans are on this call. But seriously, if you've ever seen this episode, all these people in this room right here, so that one person's probably your mom, and the other person's the coworker, and the other person right there with the glass looking at her, like judging her, that, you know, that could be somebody else in your family. You can just give names to all those people. But you know what? Damn it, bless and release, celebrate you. Dance your own dance, embrace your brand, and trust in the process. Be Elaine. Dance like no one else is watching, and just freaking do it. So my next tip is on intention. And Brittany talked about this today on the national call as well. Nothing in life happens without intention. It all starts with your intention. So even if you don't feel like it, or you don't think you can, or you should, you have to try. You have to set your mindset to your goal. Do something every single day that shows your commitment to your intention. And if your intention is to grow this and retire your job or be top coach, every day do those activities that back up your intention. My last tip is to surround yourself with people that make you feel better and lift you up, because you're gonna come up. This is a relationship business. Not all relationships are beautiful and perfect and have butterflies around them. Separate yourself from the people that you can't trust. Separate yourself from the people that put you down. Separate yourself from people that just talk bad about people, because you don't have time for it. You've got people's lives to build up. You've got a team that you need to build and spirits that you need to inspire. So you've got a great system set up for this. So this is my tips with the Coach Basics and your team, and the importance of engaging with your team. First of all, your team page, if you make a post, and I'm sure this is like this on the other team pages, but I know it's like this in the refinery. If someone makes a post and they start getting attacked by somebody on their timeline, they post in the refinery, and man, you've got like, we got your back. Like, we're all on that person's timeline, like helping them out and lifting them up. You don't have that normally in day-to-day life. You've got that here with Beachbody. So engage in posting your team page. Make friends with your teammates and your surroundings. Coach Basics is another way to be in a community of like-minded people. You're going to meet people you're going through like your class, I call them, your class of people. And you can learn from their mistakes. You can build bonds. You're going to be around like-minded people that's going to help you feel better and help your business grow. So don't discount those Coach Basics and those Zoom calls. Show up and be present, because all of that is going to help your belief in this bigger picture. So I'm going to move on to why you want to become diamond. So that is the part of belief. And I hope it's really helped you guys and given you guys some really clear steps. And we definitely worked on our preacher side to get you guys to believe in yourself and know that you just got to do it. You got to just put yourself out there. So there's going to be a little kickback to this, a little tie back. All right. This is why you want to go to diamond. And this is what I talk to a lot of my Emerald coaches about. And I tell them the story. You know, when I went diamond, my whole intention was to win a trip to the Bahamas. My husband and I hadn't been on a trip in ages. And if I went diamond in 90 days, I got a trip to the Bahamas, and darn it, I was going. So I built myself to diamond basically on discount coaches. I just filled the holes to get it there. I worked my butt off. And the day I went diamond, I made $54. And I was kind of pissed because I'm like, man, I worked so hard to get diamond and I made $54 freaking dollars. I will tell you guys this. Not one of my original coaches when I went diamond are even in my business anymore. They've all quit. They've all moved on. They all went inactive and disappeared. Okay? That's okay. There is no income that's tied to diamond. When you go diamond, the next thing, your focus needs to be 2-star, because that's where the income starts happening, where you're going to be able to really create a life you've never believed. So your vision needs to be 2-star. But I'm going to tell you what diamond does for you and why you want to work to get to that level. Okay? Perception. It's all perception. Because you think about how many people are in network marketing. Gosh, you see things for eyelashes and nail jimba jamba nails and candles and you name it. Our feeds are filled. It's social marketing. It's not social media anymore. So when people see you posting about a workout, they're like, oh, yeah, there she is. You know, so-and-so's gone the way of the pyramid scheme. You know, they don't believe you. They don't believe you. And they don't take you seriously. And they think you're talking to them because you want something. And they're like, yeah, I know you're just going to sell me on whatever, you know, you want me to join your pyramid, whatever. Okay. There's going to be a lot of non-believers. This is why you want to go diamond. Because when you go diamond, they don't know you may have done it the way I did it and just got there to get there. You may build a solid business. It doesn't matter. They don't know what happens behind the scenes. All they know is that, damn, Ashley went diamond. Here we've been making fun of her and teasing about her and giving her a hard time, and she went diamond. So she's doing something right. People are believing in her. People are buying her story. She's doing something right. And people, especially those non-believers, the ones that are picking at you and talking behind your back, are going to sit back and be shocked, right? They don't know you made $54. But here's what it's going to do for your business. When you go diamond, it's like that badge. Like, I did it. Now you stand aside, apart from all those candle people and all those other coaches, because you've got that badge that you did it. And you will start attracting people that take you seriously. You'll start attracting people to your business that believe in you. That is the gift of going diamond. So whether you do it with discount coaches or whether you have 8 people on your team that are rock stars, get that badge. That's the importance of diamond for your business. And I make the analogy like this. You think of 2 people that are dating, right? Think of the people that are dating for 3 years, 6 months, whatever it is. You don't take them seriously. You don't take the relationship seriously. Even if they live together, you don't really take them seriously until there's a ring on the finger, until there's a proposal for marriage. Once that diamond ring is on the finger, people take your relationship seriously. They look at you as a unified couple. That's what diamond business, that's what the diamond ring does for your business. It has people take you seriously, that people are committed. You are committed to this business. So that is the benefit to going diamond. So don't expect financial rainbows and butterflies once you reach diamond. You have to plow through it. But you will have that badge and you will start attracting people that take you seriously. And you're going to have people on your Facebook that were making fun of you. Shut up. Right? That is the importance behind going diamond. So with that, your call to action, I got this from Miguel's page because I love his page. If you don't believe in yourself, why should anybody else? Set your intentions today for what you want. Promise yourself you're going to be here from a year from now. Promise yourself you're going to do the steps. Do your personal. If you have people that don't believe in you, do everything that Becky suggested that I have and what I've suggested tonight on this call to help strengthen your belief. Plug into your upline sponsor. Plug into your team. Get on Coach Basics. Show up for those calls. Plug in. Becky, I'm going to kick it back to you to do the closing remarks, and I really appreciate you guys being on the call. To see you. That's my baby. I'm going to stop broadcasting.
Hey guys, I just wanted to close with this. Every day we make a choice. A lot of times I hear people say, I believe, I believe, I believe. And the believing is important, but you have to take action with the belief. You can't just believe and let it go. You have to take action and you have to move towards that belief. So you make the choice to be who you want to be, the coach you want to be, the wife you want to be, the mother, the father, whatever it is, you make that choice. So I just want to close with that. Thank you.